Welcome to the PHNX Coyotes post-game show, brought to you by the one and only Draftkings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill here with Steve Peters, and we are celebrating the Coyotes' seventh win of the season.
Are you sure that one's over, or are they going to take another penalty and
God, another delay of game?
Good Lord. They don't make it easy, do they?
No.
It's tough being a Coyotes fan, man.
God, but seriously, what a night. It just felt good to get a win. And I must say, compared to the last game, it was like night and day in terms of entertainment value.
Yeah, but the offense disappears for one game, and boy, it was back in a vengeance tonight. It was hopefully people took the over today, because that was a much different game. And even the goaltending on the Coyotes end, like Vejmelka stops 46 against the Jets, and he just got peppered again tonight. Like, that's a lot of shots. Not saying anything he could have done, but wow, was that an exciting game when there's that many goals.
You were finally right on the starting goalie for once.
I know. Yeah, I'm not going to do it again for Nashville. Let's just one at a time. But an exciting game. And the difference tonight, the Coyotes, right off the drop of the puck, I thought for the whole 60 minutes, their feet were moving. They were skating. They had more offensive zone pressure because they were moving. When you looked at the Jets game, there were so many moments where they looked like they were standing in mud and just slow. Tonight, players are moving quick. And I'll even give you a player that didn't make it to the score sheet, but I thought the best he skated in a while was Nick Schmaltz. Like, I thought finally saw his feet moving. That's a good sign after being injured for so long. To be able to skate and move like that's a good sign. So I hope we start seeing his name on the score sheet a little more than we did tonight, but it was a good sign for him too. But I tell you what, as a team, their feet were moving, they were buzzing, they were driving the net, pucks at the net. It was a really good night for the Coyotes.
5 players with multi-point games tonight, which was tied. Oh, there's the celebratory beer.
Now it's about time. I waited.
I got the celebratory tea. Sorry to be lame.
Not much of a party mood with green tea, but oh well.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, that tied a season high. So and the defense had a ton of points tonight. So just great to see contributions from everyone, and like we said, just that game had a lot of entertainment value. So why don't we just start by pulling up tonight's game by the numbers, because it gives us a nice snapshot. Shots 36-26 in favor of Chicago. Once again, Coyotes getting outshot. But
the only time it felt like that, though, Leah, for me, the only time it felt like that was the first half of the second period. That was a time where it looked like, they're Chicago's coming. Like, it was scary for a bit there. And that's the only time I felt that they really dominated in the shots, was that little stretch. And then again, a couple of the power plays. But overall, it didn't feel like they got outshot that bad.
Yeah, it's true. But where you really see it is the power play for both teams. Chicago 1 for 5, Coyotes 2 for 5. Coyotes can't be taking that many penalties, but great to see them capitalizing on the power play. And then the face-offs, 50-50.
50-50.
So, even stat there. So
yeah, that Tim said in the discussion that second period got me nervous. Same thing again. It's the second period has been a problem all the way along.
It's actually crazy that it just continues to be an issue.
Chris, name the chat writers of Johan. Is there a reference there to something? I don't know. Like, clearly I'm not very pop culture-y.
I don't know. Also, Caleb, I'm sorry. I'm drinking tea instead of beer. I apologize.
Yeah, that high stick on Keller. The refs missed that high stick on Keller. And I tell you what, that was like the most exciting 30 seconds of the entire game when they missed a high stick on Keller. So Keller has to change during a penalty kill. Like, stay out there. I don't care if you're bleeding or missing teeth. You got to stay. So he changes, and Kraus jumps on over the boards. Kraus gets a breakaway. Like, oh my goodness, we're going to score shorthanded. Nope. Then the puck's sitting there, and it was Larson.
That was like slow motion. No, it was Roussel.
Oh, it was Roussel. Roussel dove for the puck, and Jones dives across, and then it goes back the other way, and Kane, a give and go out of the corner, rings it up.
Hits the post.
Unreal 30 seconds of hockey.
That was like, my heart stopped.
See, Chris,
oh
Lord
my
of the
God.
Yeah, over my head. Right over my head. Sorry, I missed it.
He's probably old enough.
I'm old enough. If we were friends with We were friends. Went to high school together.
in Bemidji, Minnesota.
We went to high school together. We helped him write a few of the chapters of The Hobbit. But that was the most exciting stretch of hockey. And here's what we're saying. So we want this team to be exciting. It is much more fun as a fan to watch a 6-4 hockey game than a 2-1 game. This was exciting. Skating,
God.
both ends had chances. Give me this for the next 50, and I'm all in. Although they have to lose a few.
Definitely, but still only 7 wins in 32, and great to see Larson get on the stat sheet not once, not twice, but 3 times. He had previously not had a goal yet this season, and he got his first 3 of the season, and now there's only 3 Coyotes left without a goal this season. Do you know who they are?
I'm gonna go Lybushkin because it's always Lybushkin,
Yes.
right? So he has to be one, but I don't know the other 2.
It's Galchenyuk and Janine.
Oh, Cam.
But
Cam hasn't played enough games.
Yeah, but again, great to see Mayo get his 2nd goal of the season and 2nd career goal. Great to see Mosier up in the play, taking that shot that led to the first Larson goal.
Yeah. Didn't he look good again tonight? Like, he just got confidence with the puck, and he goes.
He
back
doesn't
to
look like
pucks.
a rookie defenseman.
Definitely, and he goes back to retrieve pucks well and breaking out of the zone, and he's handling the puck well. Like, this is a great confidence builder for him, and I do hope he gets a chance to go back down to Tucson. I think he still needs to play those minutes down there this year and have some success, but I think this is really good for him to get this kind of experience here and play well here, so that if and when he goes back to Tucson, he's got that confidence with build a little more swagger. I tell you what, this is a good learning experience for him. He's playing extremely well with the puck. Yeah. The question is what are my thoughts on Mosier? I like him. Like he's skating like and he's an older guy. He's played professional hockey over in Europe, so it's not like he's 20. But I tell you what, the confidence with the puck and his reads defensively are really strong. Like he's a smart hockey player. He's a guy I'm excited to see. Like he's a guy that's going to crack their top 6, and if it's not the remainder of this year, definitely next year and the year after, he's a guy that's going to be a part of this team in the back end.
For sure. Also of note, first of all, petition to rename Veggie Vegemite. Is that because I'm drinking out of an Australia mug?
Oh, wow. No. And I'm going, no. Have you ever had Vegemite, by the way?
Yes.
I haven't.
I have.
I know, a big surprise. I'm not very adventurous with my food.
I had it when I went to Australia.
Yeah, I'm not doing it ever.
It wasn't very good, but it wasn't as bad as advertised. It was pretty bad. Anyway, back on track. Another player who continues to perform incredibly well, Shane Gostisbehere, who's now on a 4-game point streak, had multiple assists tonight, and he's kind of making a case for himself as maybe is he the Coyotes all-star? I mean, he's been incredibly productive point-wise for this team.
Yeah, you see his offensive upside in that first period tonight on the first 2 goals, like the way he handled the puck, the moves in the puck. I mean, great move to beat the Chicago defender, and then makes a great pass after that. Like, he's a big part of those first 2 goals. He's playing so well. I mean, the Flyers have to be shaking their head going, what is going on? Like, this is the guy they had 3 years ago. This is not how he played the last 2 seasons. You knew he had it in him. And the Coyotes, honestly, they didn't know what they were going to get with Gostisbehere. This is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Did you see that?
What? Our super chat?
Super chat.
From Mr. Saul and the Blackhawks are a disgrace to the game. Get their fans out of our stadium, get on their bikes, and send them home. Well,
aggressive. Very aggressive.
A little aggressive, but the best way you can do that is by having the Coyotes win when there's a ton of Blackhawks fans in the building. So there's really no better feeling.
Like, is that always going to be the way with those teams? Like, they're just going to be more Chicago fans in the building.
It's just the nature of Arizona. Like, that's just what Arizona is. It's just transplants.
Well, Charles said it here. Like, it's true. Like, we've got a 6-goal game, a 7-goal game, a little blip in the radar against Winnipeg, and then back to 6 again. I tell you what, again, they're not making the playoffs. I'm not going to oversell this. But if they
I don't think anyone thinks we're trying to sell that.
No, but if they're going to be at the bottom of the standings, give me this. Give me 6-4 hockey. That's fantastic. And you know
It
what?
was so
I don't
entertaining.
care if it goes right till the end. I don't care if it's an empty netter, a couple off the pipe. It is so much more fun to watch as a fan. And you know what? Let the guys develop. They're getting some ice time. You're getting the younger guys the valuable time they need. But guys like Gostisbehere, the truth is he's not going to be here when the rebuild's over. Like, so
Yeah,
let him
so
do what
let
he
him
wants. Let him
build
have fun.
and let him, enjoy playing hockey and even build his own trade value. We've said that Kessel's probably going to go at the deadline. He's really put on a great performance this season, just setting up play after play every night, it feels like. So, when you're going through a rebuild, that's the approach that you have to take, is developing individually. And, we've seen it from a lot of these players. So
Yeah.
that's what you have to take away.
Yeah. And you know what? We've said it since August. Just give us a game that we can sit on the edge of our seat, be excited about till the last minute, and sign us all up. But we know what the plan is. We know what GMBA's plan is to get this team through to the end of the season. Ping pong balls drop, and they get a big victory at the draft, and away we go. But in the meantime, if I'm gonna have to watch hockey for another 50 games, I'll watch this. Like their feet are moving. Kraus driving the net. Larson looked great. Boyd was unreal around the net. Boyd's
I'm
a guy we
sorry,
didn't talk about.
but did you think Travis Boyd was going to have 8 goals for the Coyotes this season, 32 games in?
We weren't even sure if he's going to play, if he was going to crack the lineup. Truthfully,
I
and we
wish I
laughed
put
too.
money on that. I wish I
And
did.
and look how poised he was around the net on the power play. Like, come on, if you just said he's on the power play for the Coyotes at the beginning of the season, I say no chance. But nice plays down low, made good passes. That was a bing bang play to Larson for his power play goal. Boyd looked sharp. There were so many individual performances tonight that, as a whole, made this a great game. And you look at Clayton Keller's goal. I thought Keller played great again tonight. And again, it's another 200-foot game for him, killing penalties again. I mean, I sound like I'm on the bandwagon here and I'm jumping up and beating the drum, but it was an exciting game and a really good win for this team.
Exactly. And on the subject of just personal individual efforts, Kessel had his 200th career power play assist tonight on the Boyd power play goal, which is an awesome stat. Keller scored his 11th goal of the season tonight. Larson had his second career 2-goal game, and his last one was March of 2016. And then his hat trick tonight was his first ever of his career and the first Coyotes hat trick of the season. And there was one more stat. Boyd has 2 3-point games in his last 3 games.
That's insane. And that was the first hat trick, because that was in the chat when you were
first
reading.
hat trick for the Coyotes this season, and Larson's first ever.
Wow, that's amazing.
So yeah,
that's just exciting.
Some little stats. I'm always good
tonight.
For the stats.
A lot of firsts, and I tell you what, Veggie, and I know we talked about him giving up 4, but he made some huge saves. The glove save he makes in the first period.
The save on DeBrincat, are you kidding?
The backdoor save on
DeBrincat.
And if you tell you what, if that's Wedgie and that's a left-handed catch goalie, that's off the blocker side and that's in the net. So, lucky we have Veggie in with the right-handed catching glove, and he played well. Gave up 4, but some of those saves are ridiculous. Even they batted 2 out of the air. Strom baseball bats the one over to DeBrincat, and then the one that Kirby Doc scores is a baseball bat out of it. Nobody knew where that puck was. So I thought Veggie came back with another good performance. I still think you got to get Wedgwood back in the game soon. If you got a lot of games, you got back-to-backs next weekend against Colorado. No, and Toronto too is coming to town, but that's for another day. Let's celebrate the Chicago win.
Game for Coyotes is an easy game, okay?
But we circled this one on the calendar saying, hey, here's a potential win against the Chicago Blackhawks. And you know what? If they play like this, they're going to win hockey games. Like, they defended better than they have. And offensively, if you produce like this, you're going to win games. So hopefully it's not enough to overtake Ottawa or Seattle, but hopefully they win some games.
But they might overtake Montreal, which we'll get to a little bit later. But speaking of what it takes to win, let's pull up your keys from earlier that we tweeted out from the PHNX_Coyotes account earlier this afternoon. Let's see how the Coyotes did.
Well, shoot, the Blackhawks given up 15 goals. Well, yeah, make that 21 goals in their last 4. I still thought they needed to shoot more and take more advantage of that, but they got their offense jumping again, so that's good. Score off the rush. I think their offense came alive tonight. I really do. I thought the Coyotes' offense was there. I thought they had good speed through the neutral zone. I thought they played well there and contained Kane. I'm going to look again. That's my score sheet. I don't see Patrick. Oh,
He
he got
has one assist.
One assist on the power play on the
But
last goal of the game.
could be worse.
So he's averaging 1.2 points per game against the Coyotes in his career. So we held him to under the 1.2. So overall, I think they checked all the boxes to get the win.
Very true. You look at that second line score off the rush, but then the Coyotes continue to have odd man rushes go against them.
Odd man
and that
rushes
continues to be an issue.
Is tough. And you know what? This is a perfect time, Leah, when we're talking about odd man rushes against. Can we throw one in there? Can we throw drawing it up? Can we go puck talk with
Petey puck talk? Let's go.
PD
Which
puck
one?
talk?
Which one, Petey? By the way, there's a lot of Petey's puck talk tonight. I hope you're all ready because I know everyone loves it. We all learn a lot.
Well, I don't know if we love it or not, but it started off. We were talking about odd man rushes. There's too many against, and here's how some of those happen, and some of the reasons when you're seeing those odd man rushes, what happens to create that. So we're going to give Sean his first time producing Coyotes from home. This is a lot of work. So let's see. Good luck, Sean.
So is this the Blackhawks goal?
This is the Blackhawks goal. This is it. So you talk about a defenseman, they want to help create offense. So sometimes the defenseman has to come down off of the blue line in the offensive zone and help out to keep pucks alive and to generate offense. On this particular play, Cam Dineen comes down the wall, pinches down the wall to keep the puck alive. Barrett Hayton is what we call F3, or the third forward in the zone. He's the highest forward in the play. Their job is to take the place of the defenseman. He is now a defenseman. Barrett Hayton has to go to the blue line and defend. You see his relationship to Taves. He's above, we call above Taves, means he's closer to the Coyote net than Taves is. This is great positioning. Hayton just needs to go to the blue line and everything's okay. Go to the next slide. Unfortunately, Barrett Hayton goes towards the puck. His job was to replace Dineen at the point, but he dives in to where the puck is. Now Taves is above Hayton. Go to the next slide. Now the puck jumps out of the zone. Taves is way ahead of Hayton, and that's how an odd man rush is created. Defenseman dives in, forward doesn't cover that spot, and now you got a 2-on-1 the other way. You go one more slide. And you see this, Barrett Hayton now is the last player back in the zone. He should have been the first one back because he was taking the place of the defenseman. Unfortunately, by diving into the puck, he becomes the last guy into the zone. Taves make a pass across to Entwistle, and it ends up in the net of the Coyotes, and then it's the goals against. So that's how odd man rushes happen. Wow. And we talk about this game all the time. It's a game of mistakes. You're going to hear that over and over again on every broadcast. It's a game of mistakes. And the reason there are mistakes like this is because it's a game of chaos. There's 10 people on the ice, and it's always moving. You look at football, it's stopped. The play is stopped. Everybody stopped. Here's the play. And there are mistakes, but here's the play. So we're all going to run our routes. Basketball, even in basketball, they have time to stop and set up the play. Hockey is it's uncontrolled chaos. You don't know where the puck's going to bounce. And I know when you look at this after, you go, okay, Barrett Hayton, one of my jobs previously in my old universe was grading the players when a goal or a chance was scored. Whose fault was it? So if I'm grading that play, that's Barrett Hayton is the one. It's his fault. But when you look at what Barrett Hayton sees in that split second, what he's looking at, he sees the puck and he goes, okay, I can go in and I can help turn this puck over and I can get on offense. Barrett Hayton's an offensive player. Like you think offense, you're looking at the puck. I'm going to go get the puck. Unfortunately, if the puck goes down to the corner, Barrett Hayton gets it and maybe he drives the net. That's not what happened. So these games of mistakes, you just have to try to play the right way as often as you can to limit those mistakes and hopefully get more wins than you do losses.
True. And also it's so much easier to look at it from up above and see the whole ice and see the play when you're down.
It's almost not fair.
Yeah. That's the thing. And I think that's the one thing watching hockey on TV versus when you're there in person, you realize like how difficult what they're doing actually
is. The speed that this game is played at is just amazing. Like these players, and if anybody out there has skated before and understand how difficult it is to just skate, now do it, 20, 30 miles an hour with a stick and a puck and guys trying to kill you out there at the same time. It's incredible these guys, what they do. This sport is unlike any other because you add the element of skating in it. We used to have a debate, and Shane Doan would do this in the locker room, and they would debate about if you took all the professional athletes in Arizona and made them play another sport against that team, i.e. the Coyotes have to go play the Cardinals in football, or they have to play the Suns in basketball, which would be the most difficult of the other professional athletes to play. Now, if you have seen the footage of Larry Fitzgerald trying to skate, the decision becomes unbelievably easy because people can run. Like, the Coyotes would get beat in every sport, and everyone would win their own sport. I get that. But the Coyotes can play basketball. They can run up and down the court. They'll get beat horrifically badly, but they can run. Baseball, they can stand there and swing a bat. Again, beat. But nobody can skate. Steve Nash could skate. But overall, it is so difficult. And Shane Doan would say, no, it's football, because they would just run over us and be physically dominating and sack us and so forth. But there's no doubt that it's hockey.
Yes.
Can JJ skate? Oh my God! If he can
I don't
skate,
know.
If he
would run people over.
Good Lord, that's what the Coyotes need right now. Put him on the wing with Clayton Keller. Let's see who messes with Clayton Keller. Get JJ Watt out there. Love it.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of Keller, we talked about how negative I get on Petey's Puck Talk. Can we do another one? Can we do another one?
Which, by the way, before we do, I just want to acknowledge a comment from Debug earlier. Do we get a certificate at the end of the season?
That's actually
for
a brilliant idea.
Doing all of Petey's Puck Talk sessions.
We should get a graduated from PHNX Petey's Puck Talk. That's a brilliant idea. I think we could probably do that, actually.
And also, before we go, Chris's comment, shout out to PHNX Suns. Arizona wins at home tonight against both Chicago and LA. We love to see it. We absolutely do. That feels good as an Arizona sports fan and as a Phoenix sports fan. That's what you want to see.
That's fantastic. And I tell you what, that's what PHNX, that's what we're going to do. We're going to come with a PHNX certificate of completion of through-pack therapy and Petey's Puck Talk. I love it.
Exactly. All right, Petey, what's your next
Let's do the
lesson?
Second one. It's the first Coyote. It's the goal that makes it 3-2 off the face-off. We talk about a game of mistakes. This is just two quick ones, just to show little things that happen. Boyd takes the center ice draw here, or center ice, excuse me. This is a power play face-off where Boyd takes the draw. Go to the next slide. Puck goes to the wall, and there's a scrum on the wall. There's Boyd trapped against the wall. Calvin DeHaan, he gets bumped by Larson. So now Calvin DeHaan is laying on the ice. So now Boyd's job is one thing. He has to beat his player to the net. Next slide. So Boyd's up, drives the net hard, and you can see all he's got to do is beat DeHaan to the net. DeHaan, because he fell, because of the scrum, because of Larson pushing him into the scrum, Boyd now is free. So you got to credit Johan Larsson for being physical. The last slide. Kessel makes a great pass. DeHaan is way behind Boyd. Boyd's all by himself, taps it in for an easy power play goal. Why? Because Johan Larsson pushes Calvin DeHaan into a pile. So if Calvin DeHaan doesn't fall down, he's in front of Boyd. This play doesn't happen. So everything, it's cause and effects, the butterfly effect. Something little over here happens, makes something big over here as a result. So if Johan Larsson isn't physical, isn't hard on pucks, doesn't push him into the pile, he's not able to get to the net before Calvin DeHaan is.
This comment, PD hater of joy, would probably make us take a test.
That's actually a really good idea.
And then PD's final exam would be really hard, but I feel like he would have generous office hours. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny.
Yeah. I wonder what this is. Like they call me Grumpy Steve at work. Like, what is this? Like, am I that?
What do you mean? What is this? You hate children.
I'm not negative. I'm not negative.
Okay. Well, that was
Positive.
positive. Great to see the play that Larson had on that goal, and I think we should get to it now because we haven't even gotten to it yet. But Johan Larsson was our Draftkings king of the game with his hat trick tonight. Like we mentioned earlier, his first ever, the Coyotes team first hat trick of the season. So really great to see that from him. So Johan Larsson is our DraftKings king of the game, and you know who is probably very thankful for Johan Larsson's empty net goal is our producer Sean, who live bet the Coyotes puck line tonight on DraftKings and sweat that one out for a while.
It made it exciting anyway, and you know what?
Man, it does, and it makes it more fun. And I was invested.
That's what DraftKings does, Leah.
I was invested in Sean's bet for him. I almost wanted to bet it, but I couldn't bring myself.
Thank goodness for the empty net.
Honestly, empty net.
It's easy to bet on DraftKings, isn't it?
So easy, and it's really cool. Also, it's so up to date. I was checking the lines, and then the Coyotes, when they were up by 1 goal, became the favorites, but you could still get plus money on their puck line. So just so many things that you can bet on DraftKings, not just hockey, obviously, but so many others too. And this is the last NFL regular season week. It's the last week for college football. So this week at DraftKings, if you bet just $5 on any football team to win their game, that's college or NFL, and they do, you win $200 in free bets. So wind down the football season with a big win. You can also do same game parlays, which somebody had tweeted at us that they hit a same game parlay tonight just in the Coyotes game. So great to see that. We love when you send us your betting slips, and it is funny too because Eric from DNVR bet against the Coyotes for the first time this season, and the Coyotes won their 7th of 32 games. So tough night for Eric on DraftKings, but if he used his free bets, then just not a throwaway, but not his own money. And if you just want to use the money that DraftKings give you, why not? So sign up using that promo code PHNX this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. That's 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Craig is in the elevator. Everyone.
And Clinton hit a three-leg same game parlay.
I think Clinton might have been the one who tweeted at us. Was that you, Clinton?
That's so exciting to do that. Like, I tried to do that over college football season or the bowl season. Where I got kind of silly and I extended my 3, 4, 5 legs. Don't do that. Don't do that unless you're really, really confident, because you get so excited after the first 3 legs hit, and then it falls apart. And then it's
there. You heard it here first. Betting advice from Petey himself.
Yeah. I'll stick to hockey. I got to stay away
from another stat from tonight.
Uh-oh. Tim just said Mosher got one of his stats assists taken away. That's sad.
Well, he still had one, so we'll give him that. So the Coyotes are now 2-0 on the season after leading after the second period. It's only happened one other time.
Are you serious?
I'm
2-0
serious.
Twice. Happened twice.
But
at Leah Merrill, we're almost 40 games into the season, and it's happened twice.
Yes, tonight was also the first time in 32 games that the Coyotes have had a 2-goal lead. So they had a 2-goal lead 2 different times and had a 3-goal lead that also for the first time.
I swear, I thought you were kidding when they said that was their first 2-goal lead of the season. I swear that.
That was real.
That is unbelievable this far into the season.
It was real, Petey.
A 2-goal lead, really?
And they only, the Coyotes won 3 games when scoring first. So of the 3 before this, of the 6 games they'd won, the 3 of them they won when they scored first. So now it's 4 of 7.
Somebody just brought up a thing about Craig. Where is Craig really? And he's in the elevator. We should start Craig's segment with him in the elevator with elevator music, and we just kind of take a pause with him riding.
We should have a Craig cam.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Speak of the devil. Right on cue. Craig's calls. Craig's calls.
What's up, guys?
Craig. Well, we're just up here celebrating our big win, Craig S. Morgan.
Yeah, Petey, how are you celebrating?
No, I'm only half a beer in. I was going to.
Only half a beer in.
Yeah, I told
earlier in the day I had some other intel.
I know, and I chickened out. But I tell you what, Craig, tonight's game, a lot of good individual efforts tonight to put
It
this
was a lot of
thing
fun to
together.
watch. It was just,
Yeah.
It was
nice
so
to
entertaining.
exactly. It was after the last game too. Like it was really nice to sit in front of a game like this and actually enjoy what you were watching.
How was the crowd tonight compared to the last game against Winnipeg? Similar?
Well, it was better, Petey, but that's not saying much. So
No, I
it
know.
was
And also a
it was
lot of
okay.
Chicago fans.
Yes, there were a lot of Blackhawk fans in attendance tonight. A lot of Blackhawk fans who left early in this game. When the Coyotes took a 3-goal lead, a lot of people left. Of course, the Hawks cut it to 1, but then the story of the game, our king of the game, Johan Larsson, unbelievable, huh? To go all season with no goals and then get a hat trick in this game.
Tonight. That's unreal. But he's a guy that does that though, Craig. Like he works hard. He's always around the net. He does the little details of the game well. He's a guy that a coach can put over the ice in any situation. Sure, he might not get the goal, but he's going to work hard and be the forechecker that creates the turnover that causes the goal. We just showed a goal on Petey's Puck Talk how Boyd gets a back, just a tap in on the power play because of Larson's taking Dahan out of the play. So I mean, it's the little things that he does well. So I'm really happy for him, and coaches love this kid.
Yeah, no question. When he came over, I just thought this was such an underrated signing at the time. When you look at his metrics, at least what he did in Buffalo, it's unbelievable the shot suppression, the defensive impact that he had on games, and a lot of that was because of his line's ability to sustain a forecheck. He brings a lot of things that just don't show up on the score sheet. Sadly, we're talking about Johan Larsson here in January. This is a guy that I think is going to draw some interest at the trade deadline as well. I would expect some teams to come calling because you can definitely use a player like this when you're a playoff team.
Yeah, and that's the kind of guy, like we said, he's going to play in a bottom 6 role on a good team, but he's going to play important minutes. He's going to work for you, and the teams that are trying to win in the playoffs are looking for guys that are going to work hard, and he does that. And you know what? I thought Boyd had a great game. I thought Krause skated. I thought Keller skated. Moser looked good. Gostisbehere again offensively was good. Like there were so many stories to, and I brought one name up, Craig. I thought this is the first time I saw Nick Schmaltz skate this year. That his feet were moving. I know he didn't score, but I thought he moved well. So I hope that's a sign of things to come. Who did you talk to tonight downstairs?
We got Johan Larsson. Who was okay. He's never that effusive when you talk to him.
Angry Larry.
They were having a fun time just giving him hell tonight. Andre said they were just chirping him all night. Of course, the first goal goes off. I don't know what it was, like his belly or his chest. It was a classic Johan Larsson goal. He gets an empty net goal, but they were chirping him all night. And he said he was just sitting there smiling. He wasn't saying much, but that's a shift in and of itself. In the hallway, just before he came into the interview room tonight, Shane Doan was out in the hallway explaining to him that took like 1,100 games for him to get his first hat trick. So they were sharing a good moment tonight.
Hat trick stories.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rare hat trick stories. They each have one now.
And did Andre come on? Andre had to be happy with the offensive output.
But I'm curious what he thought because the Coyotes continued to take too many penalties.
Yeah, they're doing that, but on the flip side, their power play really generated tonight. Not just the goals. I mean that Kessel pass to Travis Boyd, any one of us could have scored that goal. He literally just put it in a place where Boyd just had to move his stick and it was in the net. It was a great pass. And beyond that, I thought their power play. There was one where they didn't have a shot, but I thought their power play generated momentum. And if you're not getting goals, you're looking for that from the power play as well. So I thought that was a big part of it.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a really good response game to Winnipeg, where I thought they were slow, stagnant, didn't move the puck, didn't play well offensively. Today, they were flying today. Like this, we've said it over and over again. This is a fun game to watch as a hockey fan. This is what you want. And in the NHL, they want more 6-4 games. They want to see this kind of hockey. You know what? If the Coyotes play like this, they're going to get more wins. It was a good game.
There have been a lot of entertaining games against the Blackhawks over the years that I can remember in this building. They seem to like playing the Blackhawks. They probably get charged up by the fans that are in attendance from the other city as well. So, but I've seen a lot of good Blackhawk games, and this one definitely was entertaining. On the flip side, wow, how bad are the Blackhawks guys?
Was that their 6th loss in a row? I think.
Yeah. Those 6. Was that 6?
I think
they're not a
they
good
had
team.
lost 5
Yeah.
in a row coming
The
into
problem,
tonight.
though, for them is they made a push in the offseason to get Jones, to get Marc-Andre Fleury. They thought they were borderline playoff team, and
Where's my cowbell?
they're
Where's my
not.
cowbell for Stan Bowman?
Exactly. How you
Seriously,
doing?
I mean, they thought this was going to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
I remember at the beginning of the season, there were prognosticators out there talking about this team potentially contending for the division title, and I was just laughing. It's like, this is a bad team, and now it's played out, and they've committed all that money to Seth Jones. They still have all the money committed to Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane. At least for Kane, you don't mind it because he's still a really good player. Jonathan Taves is a shadow of his former self. They need to rebuild, and they've needed to do it for so long, but they haven't admitted it.
They need the rebuild reminder.
They do.
Yeah,
Somebody said that early in the chat.
They need the rebuild wake-up call is what they need. Yeah. I thought, and I don't know what his will is, but I feel like Patrick Kane should have been traded before now, because that's a guy who could just land you a haul and jumpstart the rebuild. But I'm starting to wonder
speaking
if he's
of trades there,
contract.
Does Marc-Andre Fleury go?
Maybe. I mean,
I heard them talk about him
tonight.
I heard a talk like, could Marc-Andre Fleury possibly go to Edmonton and fill that need for Edmonton?
Sure. It's a good fit. I think they need a goaltender there. They need other things as well, but yeah, that would be a good fit. I don't know, but getting back to the Blackhawks, I don't know where this franchise goes, and obviously it's a franchise that I've followed closely. Aside from the controversy, it's worse than controversy, the awful black cloud that is circling over this team right now because of the investigation. They're just a train wreck of a team right now, and there's no hope on the horizon. They don't have a good system. They don't have the players, to rebuild this anytime soon. So you wonder if the Blackhawks are heading into another dark period like they had before they emerged and won those 3 cups.
And they might. They got to look at what they're going to do behind the bench. I mean, this is just an interim choice. They got the GM's got to get sorted out.
Did you want this job?
No. I'm glad I got this job. What, are you kidding me? So we'll see where they go with all of these things. And luckily for the Coyotes, this was a big win, and we circled it on the calendar. It's a winnable game because when you look ahead, oh boy, howdy, she's going to get tough over the next couple of weeks.
Which actually, while we're on that subject, people have been asking that we make the wins on the punch card like a star or a smiley face. Well, I'm not a graphic designer, but I did change the colors of the games the Coyotes have won. So Sean, can you pull up the punch card? There you go.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Oh,
so the yellows are the games the Coyotes have won.
Not many of those.
The blacks are the losses, and the whites are all the ones they still have to play.
Oh my God. Do we really have that much left to do? We're not past halfway yet?
No.
Somebody in the press room tonight suggested that the 3 of us do karaoke on the live show, and I said by game 50 we may reach that point.
We might.
We could take song requests with super chats. Like, you send in your super chat and we will sing that song.
I am so ready for Craig Morgan karaoke. I'm super chatting that. Are you?
Buddy, it's gonna be all Chicago artists. I'm gonna bust out
a little Pat Benatar.
We'll go even farther back. Lou Rawls, baby.
Lou Rawls. Nobody knows who that is, Craig.
A few people around here now because I've sung it in the press box.
Oh, another one.
We won.
Right. Oh, is this beer too?
Clearly, I don't have to drive home, so.
Yeah.
Craig, everyone was upset because I drank tea tonight.
She drank tea on a big win like that. Good Lord.
Was it really tea, Leah? Was it really tea? Do we have any?
Yeah, it was tea.
Tea with a little vodka poured in. Okay.
Oh man.
So you mentioned JJ Mosier. Petey, I don't know what you think, but he sure is a smooth player. And the thing that surprises me about him, I guess that I didn't know, he wins a lot of puck battles too.
Yeah, he was stronger in the defensive zone than I thought he would be at this stage of his career. Like, when you get in the first few games, especially in the NHL, when you're going back to retrieve pucks, a lot of guys let the other guy win the race because you don't want to have your face against the glass getting hit into the wall.
Yeah,
he's first guy on the puck, and he comes out of those battles. I am really surprised at his composure in the defensive zone. Like, he's he's impressed me. He's a better player than I thought he was. I've heard great things, and I know this franchise thinks very highly of him. But for what are we 5 games in now? Is it 5 or 6? He looks confident. Like he looks like a guy that's been around the league for a while. So I think that's a great sign, and something to look forward to as this goes forward from the back end. And we talk about Jacob Trick, and if and when he gets healthy, you look at a core group of defensemen that's really young, and so you just got to get through the rebuild. You just got to get through it.
If Jacob Chickard is here.
Yeah. I know. And you know what, Craig? We're not going to talk about it tonight. We're not going to talk about it tonight.
But I'm going down that road again in my notebook tomorrow. So there'll be another note with a little more intel on that tomorrow.
Seriously?
And also a little all-star debate for who the Coyote selection can be. That's a little tease.
Yes.
Are they sending you to the All-Star game, Craig? Can they send you? Should you go?
Sounded like, are they sending you, Craig?
No,
Are they really sending you?
Who is the PHNX Coyotes All-Star?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm going to the All-Star game, yes.
Are you
Well,
really?
I'm going. Yeah.
We should just caravan.
Can we just go?
It's like a 5-hour drive.
You guys want to go?
Let's just
Let's
go.
do a live show from Vegas. No, Craig, please. Sure. I don't want to go to Vegas.
You don't want to go to Vegas. Okay.
Too many people, right, Petey?
Yeah. I don't know if I have much of a problem with Vegas.
Is there something called street anxiety? Could that be something for you, Petey?
I have a feeling
being out on the strip.
I think I fit in just fine in Las Vegas.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Let's
there's
do live.
That would be fun. And then I'll have a beer.
Okay.
I'm doing a live show in Vegas.
Lucky if you can find me after midnight.
Oh, what? Because you'd be asleep?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what you meant. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Craig mentioned his story tomorrow. And if you're not a member, you can't read the story. So what are you doing? Go right now right when we're done with our post-game show to gophnx.com, sign up for a membership. If you're unsure, you can do your first month just 50 cents. If you want to commit to a year, you get a shirt from the PHNX locker. Petey is wearing, that's like one of my favorite PHNX
shirts. This is my favorite one. This is my number one PHNX shirt, but I got Cody in the background.
Yeah, Cody the Coyote comes in red, purple, and black. What do you call the other Coyote shirt, Craig? The Grateful Dead.
The Grateful Dead shirt, yeah.
So that one's currently sold out, but I messaged.
Of course it is.
But I messaged the PHNX merch guy tonight, and he said there's an order in, so they will be back in stock by the end of the month, and keep your eye out on the website to pre-order soon. So head over to PHNX Locker. We also have sticker packs. I literally have them in my cart right now. I'm also buying the back the A shirt. I don't want to hear the U of A slander.
Well, there's 2 U of A people here.
Yeah, I got the U of A shirt today too, Leah. It's on the way. I just got to confirm today.
So anyway, tons of perks.
Someday.
Oh, okay, Craig. Lots of perks to being a member, including weekly deals on merchandise. So also join us on our Discord during the game. I was in there tonight chatting with everyone. And it's a lot of fun to watch a game with 6 Coyotes goals in the Discord. What?
Oh, okay. Can I talk about the Discord?
Yes.
Like if you miss a little, you miss a lot. Like
it's true.
I go away for like an hour. I come back and it goes, you've missed 115 messages. How in the hell am I supposed to keep up with that?
You can't. Yeah, and then there are periods where it's just barren, and you're like, oh, okay. Like you hop over, and then you come back,
and then I'll throw in a hockey comment when it's barren like that. But then I come back in, and they've been deep for an hour, and I just can't get a word in. They're passionate fans in the Discord. Let's put that
Debug, I don't know if we shipped to Thailand, but we've shipped to Europe, so I will find out for you. And also, Chris asked if we are getting a bar. Yes.
Oh,
we are.
Getting a bar?
Are we allowed to say that? Oh.
I don't know.
We are.
They said it's
I
part
can't
of the
say
plan,
when
Chris.
or where, but it's happening.
Petey, you and I didn't say it, so if anybody gets in trouble, it's Leah.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
No.
It's part of the plan. It is part of the plan.
It is.
We are
I'm excited for that. It's going to be really cool.
You're excited about it because you're still going to go to the rink. Leah and I are going to the bar. Like,
we're doing our shows from the bar.
We would literally be sitting in a bar right now.
I really don't like this arrangement.
Yeah.
I feel like we should rotate.
That'd be miserable.
Rotate who's riding the elevator. We decided we should have a Craig cam in the elevator.
For the entire, like the tunnel and everything. Yeah. He's on his way.
I am so excited that Chris brought this up because the bar, like, okay, I get to talk hockey. and I get to drink beer, and I get to do it in a bar, and on top of that, that's my job. Like, yeah, hey, there's no more angry Petey. Sign me up. As long as they have chicken wings and cheese sticks, we got to get on that.
You're only a beer and a half in?
Yeah, I am. This is how happy I am, Craig.
Okay.
Can I help with the menu?
When the Coyotes win.
Can I help with the menu? I'm a huge bar app guy. Like that's my jam.
All right. So what are we talking? What has to be on the menu?
But chicken wings has to be.
Well,
salt and pepper, because you don't want to get messy. Like I'm tired of the medium and hot. Great.
But what's the perfect chicken wing? What does it have to be? What is it? What does the consistency have to be?
Oh,
crispy. It's got to be a crisp. You got to have a crisp. It's got to be salt and pepper, and it's got to be not the one with. It's got to have the two things, so you can break it apart.
Yes,
and
the
eat
flats
off of both.
The flats,
and that's the perfect.
That's perfection. Yep, it is.
Cheese sticks have to be there.
Fried pickles,
potato skins, fried pickles. No, a pickle is not a bar food. It's cheese is the bar food. Cheese stick
it's
is the bar
fried.
Food.
It's fried.
So the fried makes it okay.
Yes.
You like pickles. My wife likes pickles too. I don't get pickles either, but my
Nick's
wife
got it.
really
Hot dogs, ketchup, and IPAs.
Oh, get out!
The Craig Morgan
you are
special.
not
literally. That should
who said
be the
that?
Craig
It flashed
Morgan
away.
special.
Who said that?
Nick.
Nick,
sorry,
that
Nick,
is
you
the
are
Craig
not
Morgan
invited
special.
to the bar, Nick. You're not coming.
The Craig Morgan
Nick,
special.
We're
Can be in the
Nick,
corner
we're
of
gonna
the
post
menu.
your face on the door of the bar so they don't let you in.
The Craig Morgan special. Thank you. Charles agrees with me that fried pickles are amazing. Thank you.
Well, Caleb's
Caleb
and I. Caleb's hard on me, but I'm gonna go with the Brussels sprouts, which is the rare vegetable that can actually be served in a bar. Brussels sprout. It's true.
You got to have some good nachos too.
Okay.
Wow, I love that. Like the Coyotes have their 7th win of the season, and we're talking about.
Look at us. Yeah, Cup final starts tomorrorow.
7
Plan
wins.
the parade. Let's
7 wins. Is the parade down Van Buren? I think
the parade will end at the PHNX bar.
That's right.
In the year 2025.
Look at that Wheel of Fantasy on a winning night.
That is a Wheel of Fantasy.
That's
Who knew? We just wheeled a fantasy to the PHNX bar menu. But
well, Craig, do you want to tease
more than fantasy?
Yeah, we're going to talk to Adam Vingan from The Athletic, who covers the Nashville Predators. We're going to talk to him tomorrow on the pod. Nashville, man, where did the Predators come from? I had them finishing just above the Coyotes.
Me
not
too.
much. I did not think this was a playoff team.
Weren't we looking at them about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they were just outside the playoff picture? And now they're first place in the Central.
Like now they're first place in the Central.
So we
21, 11, and 2 right now, and they're playing
what they're doing right.
Winning 3-1 against against LA right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
It's a good.
So that'll be our podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk a little Coyotes too. We'll talk this All-Star debate tomorrow as well. But yeah, Adam Vingan will be on. That'll be a good conversation, and then we'll roll into the weekend against the Predators.
And that's where you look at we need to celebrate when we can, because you got the Preds, then you got Toronto Maple Leafs, and then you've got the Colorado Avalanche. And if you've watched the Coyotes over the last few years, that is not a good matchup for them against the Colorado Avalanche. So this could be a tough stretch here. But you never know. You never know if they play like they did tonight and they can put up that kind of offensive output. You never know.
So
Montreal's happy.
Why? Because the Coyotes are
right?
So the difference of 1 point, and the Canadians have a couple games in hand still. Their games are still postponed.
Well, the Coyotes have games in hand, right? Isn't the Coyotes have played less games?
Yeah. But I just flipped it in my head.
Yeah, because that's what we do with the standings.
Yeah.
Everything's
so I'm
down.
like, they have games in hand in terms of they're losing at a better rate, if you will.
Stranger Things. It's the upside down. That's where we are.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't believe that. Honestly, I knew Montreal was not going to be the team that we saw last year in the Stanley Cup Finals. We clearly thought that was an aberration, but to be where they are right now, I don't think we saw them being this bad.
I mean, Shea Weber, Carey Price, yeah.
Right. Yeah. You take those two out of the lineup, and that's a much different team. So this isn't the team that we thought the Montreal Canadiens were going to be, and I don't see them getting out of this hole right now. Their goaltending is struggling, so this is going to be a battle to the end. And I tell you what, the Coyotes are playing better hockey than Montreal right now. So
Coyotes play Montreal this month too, on the 17th on a 2:00 game.
Yep. Is that President's Day? Is that why it's 2:00?
2:00?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
2 o'clock?
On a Monday.
2 o'clock on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Huge
Petey side
crowd for
count.
that one.
There it is.
Huge crowd for that one.
Oh my
Is that here,
God.
Craig? That's here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll probably bring kids out. Don't they bring kids out on President's
I
Day? I
don't
can't even
know.
remember now.
You know who they
But the
won't
day
bring
they
out?
Who's that?
Me.
Oh yeah,
I won't be there.
I keep looking at these 2 name cards next to me in the press box. Say Leah Merrill and Steve Peters,
But
and
Craig,
I wonder who those people are because they never show up.
I was eating M&Ms tonight
Oh,
while
that's
watching
fine. M&Ms
this
and
game.
tea. Petey's drinking beer.
I'm wearing sweatpants. You can't even see because I'm sitting at my table.
I'm not sure if I'm wearing pants. That's a
Oh,
different show.
boy.
That's a
Oh,
different
boy.
show.
You are definitely more than a beer and a half
No,
in.
I swear. I'm just late. I'm tired.
I
I've been working all
promise
day.
we had some proper breakdowns and analysis at some
And I had a
point.
really good one for Keller. We
Why
missed the
don't we
Clayton
do
Keller one.
it?
Can I do one more Petey's Puck
Yeah,
Talk,
do
Craig,
it
with you on the air?
Or do you
Sure,
want- or Craig,
sure,
do you
why
wanna
not?
go?
I mean, it's
you
only
stick
an
around
hour
for one
drive
more?
for me, guys. What do you care?
Craig,
Go
you
ahead.
can
go.
Go. Please, I'm kidding.
Well, one
Go
more
ahead.
Petey's Puck Talk. It's 2 quick slides. We talked about Keller making a great play, but when you talk about things and talk about goals, somebody else has to create and make good things happen. On this one, unsung hero, Ilya Lyubushkin is the defenseman. When he dives through the middle of the ice, he pulls the Chicago defender with him, which gives Clayton Keller all of the ice up top. So when we go to the next slide. So now you see Clayton Keller. All of that room was created by Ilya Lyubushkin driving the net. And then look at the traffic between Clayton Keller and Marc-Andre Fleury. You've got Ladd, you've got Boyd, you've got Lyubushkin. There is no way he can see that shot. But all of this is created not just by Clayton Keller making a great play, climbing the wall and getting a shot from the middle of the ice. The play is made by Ilya Lyubushkin, what we call diving through the middle, which pulled the defenders away, which created the ice for Keller to make that play.
There
So
it
that was
is.
pretty quick, Craig.
Good stuff.
Petey's
Yeah.
Puck Talk. That was pretty quick.
The net drive is always important, creating space, right?
I cannot believe that puck didn't hit anyone.
Right.
No, that wasn't
And then,
seeing.
I mean, that was the goal that was reviewed too, because they thought Ladd interfered with Marc-Andre Fleury, but somebody tweeted, does it count as goaltender interference when the goalie doesn't even try to make a save?
It's funny though. I will say this about that goalie interference call, because I've been on the other side of that, where you are sitting in a room and you have to make that call, and your perspective on things is much different in that arena and that atmosphere than it is sitting here watching it on TV. And it's really, really stressful. The time goes by so quickly and you have to make a decision, and you really have to rely on your goaltender. And Marc-Andre Fleury was up in arms. And when you see him react like that, that's the cue to the coaching staff and the video coach that, hey, something is wrong here. So making that call, I think the refs made the right call. I think Ladd was pushed into the goaltender.
Yes.
And it was the defenseman that created that whole play. But at the time, Marc-Andre can't make the save because Ladd's in his face. Yeah. So I see how it happens.
Well, he put more effort into complaining than he did into making the save, to be honest. He didn't really fight hard to look around that screen. I don't know. I thought at times he looked disinterested in this game. But anyway,
didn't he?
The goal counted. Yeah.
And
which goes back to Leah's point. Well, you guys were talking about them possibly trading him. I could see him wanting out of this.
I do too, and I could see him joining the Oilers, which is the team that needs a goaltender most desperately in this league right now. I could see him coming there and making a difference, and I could see him making a difference down a playoff run.
What do you laugh at? Another message.
This comment: Healer of Arena could have resurfaced the ice tonight with reclaimed water from Blackhawks fans' tears.
Oh, wow, mildly aggressive. Well, Craig, we can let you go now. You can drive home
Craig,
safely.
Goodbye.
All right, guys.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Enjoy your tea and beer.
Tomorrow. We do this again tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Adam Bingen. So it'll be good.
And we're going to talk a lot about Nashville tomorrow. I love Nashville.
Okay, well, we'll hear some Nashville stories.
Well, or you might not.
Okay, there you go. There's the tease.
We will.
All right, Craig.
See you guys.
Drive safe. Who was it?
I am wearing pants, Leah. I've seen the chat a lot. I do.
So Clinton had said that he was watching the replay hard to make sure his goal hit for the parlay.
So it didn't get tipped. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and they could have disallowed it. Oh my
goodness. It's just crazy how much, and this game was really exciting and really fun, and how last game was just like really not fun at all. I think last game could have been more fun if like I had some money on it. Maybe I would have been a little bit more invested. So if you want to put money on games, be sure to sign up at Draftkings. Promo code PHNX when you sign up. $5 on a football team. Win. There's games Saturday, Sunday, Monday for football. So be sure to do that this weekend so you can get your $200 in free bets if the team you bet on wins at DraftKings. So, PD, anything else from this game tonight?
I'm just really happy with the effort and the speed that they played with tonight, because I don't think that was apparent against the Jets. I thought they just played slow. And if you want to, the week they have coming up now, the next 4 games are against really, really, really good hockey teams. If they don't find a way to find their legs and continue that speed game, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Like they're just, Toronto's a better team, Colorado's a better team, and Nashville's a better team. So they need to play at their best, mistake-free hockey. So it was good to see them get some offense.
Yeah,
tonight.
and we've seen the Coyotes play good hockey against good teams. So I just hope that they can do that again, and we're not watching blowout losses like we were early on in the season. So
Agreed. It's a good win. It's a good win tonight.
It was a very good win. And like we said, we will be back tomorrow with a audio episode previewing the Nashville game, kind of talking about the rise of Nashville and where the heck that came from, because I don't really know. There's also some other Coyotes news we didn't get to tonight, which we will save for tomorrow, but the Coyotes claimed someone on waivers today. We didn't even talk about that. Jay Beagle had surgery. So all of that we'll talk about tomorrow in our audio episode. If you're not already subscribed to PHNX Coyotes, wherever you get your podcasts, please follow and subscribe and write us a review and leave us a review. All of that helps us greatly. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, PHNX Sports. Turn the notification bell on so you never miss a live show. We are here for you. The Suns, I believe, won tonight. I think their post-game show is probably happening now. So as soon as we get off, you can hop over there, see what they're getting into tonight. Their show is always a blast. So, it's a family here at PHNX. We say it all the time, but it truly is. And we talked about the bar, but the bar is like a culmination of the community, and we're just so excited for what's to come. So thank you, everybody, for your support. And it's always fun doing a win. They're rare, so they feel more special.
7
wins. It's a lucky
30?
number.
Exactly.
So
great show, Leah.
It was fun. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at PHNX_Coyotes. By the way, the Espo slap shot is still on the table.
Yeah. And by the way, we're starting to make plans for that.
Yes, but it will happen faster the more followers we get. So tell your friends at PHNX_Coyotes.
And if they don't know Espo, like we just said, as soon as this is over, go to the Sun show and you can see Espo.
Definitely. So we'll wrap it up so you can go do that. Thank you again so much for watching, everybody. And we will see you all Saturday night after the Nashville game, but listen to our podcast tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.